So, you need to do Curse of Arraw. No worries, here's what you need to know. You need a buku of quests done before you can do this, as well as these specific skill levels. Note that no, you do not need to have the later Varrock quests done, like Secrets of the North, Desert Treasure 2, and While Guthic Sleeps. This quest, retcons, I guess, those, or something like that. I don't know, man. I just work here. Anyway, you have to kill 2 NPCs during this quest. One is really easy if you're not me. The other is your standard post-2020 quest boss with an AoE attack, spawns ads, venom on the ground, you know the drill. He doesn't have fingers, so, you know, he probably isn't that strong. Here is my suggested gear setup, and this is my starting inventory. Plus, get a crossbow because I forgot one by accident. The 2 NPCs you fight are weak to crush and stab melee combat style, which makes me just oh so happy to bring my dual Makwahidal and Fang. Just bring a weapon or weapons to bonk and shank these guys. The Dwellberries, Ring of Life, Pickaxe, Crossbow, Myth Grapple, and Insulated Boots are needed for the quest itself. The Drayman Staff, Dig Site Teleport, and Stony Basalt are to help with travel. During this quest, you're going to be going from the Uzer Oasis to the Uzer Mastaba, then to Trollheim, back to the Oasis, northeast of Varrock, and then finally back to the Oasis. Note that if you can use your house to travel to all these places, feel free to do that. I'm just bringing these items to show what someone who doesn't have a high level house should bring. And finally, bring an anti-venom for the final boss fight, some food, prayer, or restore potions, and a stamina potions to waddle around faster in. Alright, my sodium levels are rising, let's get to it. Start this quest by speaking to Elias White in the Uzer Oasis in eastern Al-Kharid, near where that one Golem quest is. Once you've accepted the quest, head south on top of the hill and enter the Uzer Mastaba. Once you're in there, go west, then south, and search the southernmost skeleton in the cave beyond the first room for a Mastaba key. Also keep in mind the directions I say are going to be a little bit weird because you're going in an eastern direction even though it looks north. Or just, you know, watch my screen. I'll try to put stuff on the map, you know. With the key in hand, head to the central room and search the skeleton northwest of the stone boat for a second Mastaba key. With 2 keys at your mercy, head to the northeasternmost part of the area and search the odd markings on the wall to disable a set of traps. Then pull the lever. Make sure to disable the traps when you leave this space. Post lever pulling, head to the southeasternmost part of the area and do the same lever pulling minigame you just did. Now go back to the north part and open the imposing doors to the west and fight the Golem guard. This is the easy boss for everyone that's not me. First off, pray protect from melee. Other than that, there's really only one mechanic. When the game screen shakes, Gary the Golem here will stand in place and perform a prayer piercing attack that hits up to 28 3 times in succession. To avoid this attack, all you need to do is move 1 tile over. As you can see here, I absolutely fucked this royally up more than you could ever imagine. I realized as soon as the boss died what I had done wrong. The reason why is this NPC is a 2 tile by 2 tile boss. Meaning every time I moved, I basically just moved from 1 tile that's in front of him to the other tile in front of him. Do yourself a favor. Okay, I'll just pull up Microsoft Paint. Do yourself a favor and move a few tiles away like this, not like I did. I think you guys can get the idea here. Just don't be in front of him and you won't, you know, get hit really bad. I wish I could have redone the boss, but I can't. I think this explains it pretty easily. Just don't be in front of him because it's like a conal attack. Just don't get hit by it. You know, move a couple tiles away and you should be totally fine. Even with getting hit multiple times, I was still able to kill it really quick because I brought a crushed weapon. So again, obviously this fight's not very hard. This boss is not very difficult. You just obviously are going to get burst for a lot of damage if you make the mistake like I did. Hopefully this kind of shows you guys what to expect. Anyway, my dignity is gone, but I didn't have much to begin with, so, you know, let's just call it a wash. Once Gary is dead, climb the stairs and cross the colored tiles by walking over either the blue and green tiles in pairs or the yellow and red tiles in pairs. This, I wish I could say there's an exact way to do it, but what I basically ended up doing was looking for a group of blue or green tiles that were together and walking through that. Eventually Eventually, I know I'm going to hit a point where I have to step on a red or yellow tile, and I just went ahead and did that knowing I was going to take damage. This probably happened more times than I needed it to happen, but I would expect that maybe 2 or 3 times you're going to take damage because you have to cross over the wrong colored tile. So this is where I would expect to bring some food. Either way, try to group up the blue and green tiles by just looking before you start moving, or the red and yellow tiles. Simple as. If you are colorblind or a dog, this will likely be the hardest part of this quest. Now enter the next room and search the shelves north to get a Canopic Jar. With Jar firmly in your grasp, enter the room to the south with the Tumikin statue and inspect the south mural on the wall. Now you're going to use 3 dwell berries and a ring of life on the Canopic Jar to make a jar with a ring and 3 berries in it. Once you're done there, head back to Elias and speak with him. Lore talk ensues. Spacebar, spacebar, spacebar. Once you're done ignoring Elias, it's time to head on over to Trollheim. Use whatever travel method you want to get there. Once in Trollheim, take the path just northwest towards the ice gate, then enter the cave directly west of the ice gate. I would pray melee here because these fuckers hit hard. Continue to follow the tunnel north until you can enter a crevasse to get to the top of Trollweiss Mountain. Once there, run directly east and enter the cave. Now mine the rubble within the caves to clear the path. This is going to take you a while, just be prepared. Each pile of rubble can only be mined once from each side, and the ones that look like they're like a perfect egg shape can't be hit at all. Each pile of rubble can only be mined once from each side, so you may have to run around the cave to mine the same rubble from different directions in order to clear it, and fully expect to hit it from 3 or 4 different sides near the end of the maze itself. Just be ever vigilant and remember this is what you did 400 hours of Motherlode Mine for. I can't give you guys an exact path to do this, but I can show you the path on the map here for the direction that you need to go to get to the very end with the stairs. You're going to repeat these puzzles to the end of the dungeon, then head upstairs and speak to Arrav. Once Arrav has finished assaulting your chat box, use the unlocked door in the east and search the wall tapestry in the room for room plans and yet another key. Then head back to Elias at the Uzer Oasis with plans and key firmly in your messenger bag. The big fight with the big bad is next, so prepare accordingly, meaning bank if you need to. Once you're ready to save the world, travel to the area where the odd old man is northwest of Varrock. Elias is there where the armored zombies are and the cave for the defender of Varrock quest, likely being harassed by said odd old man. Talk to him, then run through the dungeon to the end. As a reminder for anybody who hasn't been in this dungeon in a while, I would use Protect from melee while running through. And doing that, you're still going to take damage because there are some guys in here that use ranged. Once at the end, equip your insulated boots, enter the kitchen and head into the sewers. Run to the end of the sewers and enter the other end of the pipe. Then head into the south room and search all of the tables and chests to go grab the code and the decoder strips. Here you'll need to take note of the 4-letter code on your code key as they are needed for, you guessed it, a secret code. Head back north to the metal doors and click on them. Then enter your code key in order on the decoder strips in the interface that pops up. So how this works is each strip will be associated with a number 0 through 9 and will have an order 1 through 4 on the left hand side of the strip. Use the up and down arrows to enter the number, then using the right arrow to enter each number once picked. This was how I got my code. My code was Ditch, D-I-C-H. Really close to being a very awkward guide, let me tell you. So what I would need to do is select strip 1 on the right side and input the letter D. That will reveal a strip on the left side that has the number 1 and the number 4 on it. I then put in I for strip 2, which gave me a strip reading 2 and 3 on the left side. C gave me 3 and 3, and D gave me 4 and 4. Looking at the left side, ordering the 4 revealed strips from 1 to 4, I have 4, 3, 3, and 4. So I will input that code using the arrows and boom, door unlocked. Once you've decoded the Declaration of Independence, equip your crossbow and grapple and click on the metal bars above the fire lasers to climb over them. Do not just try to pass through it like this. Alright, you got through it, now let's kick some guy's ass. So the Arrav fight. It's pretty standard for most New Age boss fights. I actually did this one correctly, so I don't have to pull out Microsoft Paint, unfortunately. In terms of mechanics, Arrav has a standard melee attack which can be reduced using Protect from Melee. Keep that on at all times. He also has a special attack where he throws his axe in the direction he's facing. This axe is also secretly a boomerang because it will come back and can bonk you from behind as well if you aren't Australian. You obviously do not want to get hit by this axe, so I would recommend either running through him like I do, or stepping to the side until his axe returns. This thrown axe attack has a wind-up time, and it will look something like this, so just watch for it and react accordingly. The last mechanic for this fight is the armored zombie spawns. Throughout the fight, zombies will spawn and slowly meander their way across the battlefield. They don't attack you, instead opting to leave venom trails behind them wherever they walk. Typically, there's only one for a while, and then another one spawns. I think by the time I killed this boss, there were maybe 3 up. If you step on the venom trails, or they just straight up walk over you and drop venom on you, you will, hold on to your hats here, become envenomed. Gross, I know. They only have 10 hit points. You can kill them or ignore them. I chose to ignore them because I felt like just kiting the boss around while burning him down was easier, but after doing it, honestly, it might have just been easier to kill them just because Arrav has such a large health pool. Do whichever you want. I don't think either strategy is that tough, especially if you bring in anti-venom, because you can just keep moving out of the little pools. Eventually, Arrav will succumb to your heroic will and lose the battle. A cutscene will play, then you will be teleported back to the Uzer Oasis. Congratulations, you have successfully survived the Curse of Arrav. If this video helped you out, that's great to hear. Do me a huge favor and like this video, comment how great it feels to, be alive, and subscribe to my channel. For evergreen content like this and most of the other content on my channel, it makes a huge difference because interaction helps skyrocket this video to the top of YouTube and Google's recommendations. Obviously, any video like this, I want people that, aren't fully max level and know this game like the back of their hand to see it so that it can help them. All this makes an otherworldly difference for me, let me tell you. Alright, that's all I got. See you later, alligator.